What's up, friends? Welcome back to Rooted Wisconsin. Appreciate you for clicking another episode. Grateful to have you here. Today's episode is with Kendall Casey, marketing agency owner in Northeast Wisconsin, social media influencer, and former All-Pro cheerleader. Fascinating conversation with Kendall. We talked about being a young entrepreneur and some of the barriers that you can face when you do that, especially doing what she does in the social media realm. We talked about how, negative and divisive the comments section can be and how that can impact personal mental health, especially when you work in the space and that's where you decide to devote your time and energy. We talked about her care for the Packers. She got connected with the Packers at an early age, both through loving sports and her uncle being Nick Barnett. We talked about some about her cheerleading career. I almost wish we would have got more there. And a whole lot more. Just a really fun conversation and great to see in the eyes of a young entrepreneur who's chasing her goals and going after what she's hoping to achieve. Great conversation. Hope you enjoy. As always, big shout out to our sponsors at Carouser, delivering non-alcoholic options, social beverages right to your door. Hop on carouser.com, get some delivered for the holidays, and what better time to try out some non-alcoholic options than the holidays? How many holidays have we ruined by alcohol? Let's make yours not one of them. Carouser.com. And a new sponsor of the podcast is Epic Mortgage. Epic Mortgage, they're coming on. You see we're in the new studio, part of that as well. And just great folks I'm excited to build a partnership with. I think about mortgages and banking in general and money, and it seems non-personal sometimes, right? And in talking with Sean and Morgan and the crew, they went into their pillars about their business with me, and people, care, and giver's gain were brought up. And I had never really heard giver's gain. And in short, it's about kind of what we were taught, like treat others how you want to be treated, giving without even knowing what you're going to get. And that's how you truly gain. So Epic Mortgage, great to have them on board and looking forward to growing with them. But without further ado, here it is, Kendall Casey.
As the years have passed, so have the ways. We've tried to lift our neighbors. Where did the love go? Where did the talk end? We need some help to make this better again.
There's a bunch of fun stuff we can talk about.
Yeah.
I thought maybe one of the cool places, something that intrigues me anyway, is being a young entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
I see in life day to day, I see a lot of people that are capable of that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people let barriers get in the way
Yeah.
to doing that. So I thought that might be a cool place to start. Being a young entrepreneur yourself, why did you decide to pave your own way and make your own business?
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of hurdles did you have to overcome in doing that? Because it's an intimidating thing. Starting your own business is tough. So
it was scary.
yeah. How'd you decide to do it and how's it been?
I feel like I've been an entrepreneur low key since I was 14. In the cheer world and all of that. I was making money that young, and I saw that you could do that for the rest of your life. So I wanted to do something that I could do the rest of my life, that I didn't have to sit in an office from 9 to 5. That's just not what I want to do. So I was like, how can I turn what I'm doing, social media influencing and stuff like that, into something that I love and can do on my own time. I'll have free will to travel and just do whatever I want. So, but also be successful. And so, yeah, I just kind of thought of that. My sister actually thought of it for me. I'll give her the props for that. She thought of it. And then I was like, wait, that's so smart. Why don't I just do what I'm doing for myself for businesses around my hometown? And yeah, I kind of just started. And then the backlash was pretty intense a little bit, but now it's getting a lot better. It's been over a year and I'm getting wow, you should be proud of yourself. You're doing really great. That's insane you started that. But at first it was really hard. Not
What do you
gonna
mean?
lie.
What do you mean like backlash? Like people like talking disparagingly about you and stuff? Like,
Yeah, I think, like, being on social media in general, and I've been on it since I was 14, it's, like, obviously really hard to be on it, especially when you're, like, in a small town, like, people talk, and people won't really, like you, and they've never even met you, and, like, you'll just hear everything and stuff like that, so, yeah, I think just being on social media, there's a lot of, like, backlash and hate, and it's like, "Oh, what is she doing with her life?" Like, "She's really gonna start that? She really thinks, like, she's gonna be successful off that? She really thinks that's gonna work? Like, she's so dumb." Like, stuff like that, so
mhm.
that's kinda what I was going through.
Yeah, and so very unique lens. I want to take a little sidebar here and kind of veer away from the business ownership because I'm really excited about this part of the conversation. Like, I'm a marketer too. I teach social media marketing.
Mhm.
The downsides of social media are extensive.
Yeah.
And it takes a certain type of person to fight through those comments. And that's one of the many reasons that people are allowing barriers to stop them from starting any kind of business, whether it's, one like yours or like brick and mortar store or something. Like
Yeah.
people are worried about what people are going to say.
Yeah.
And like starting influencing that young, like you probably didn't know you were signing up for that, right?
Yeah,
And,
I had
and
no
I don't
idea.
think I don't think that's the right way to put it even because people
Yeah.
don't sign up for that. It's a shitty thing that happens. Like,
Yeah.
and as you age and start to understand people and stuff, you understand that most of those people are commenting from a place of not envy, but commenting from a place of like, oh, they're hating because they don't like something about them. Like
Yeah.
it's from an internal place. It's really very seldom about you as the person they're commenting on. But when you put yourself back in that spot of a 14, 15, 16-year-old, like competitive cheerleader who was probably just really proud of what you were doing.
Yeah.
And you were putting in a ton of work and you were like,
Yeah.
okay, this is really important to me and I can share it with people.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you worked through that? Who did you lean on? Like, how did you navigate that tumultuous path of those people, for lack of a better term, just talking shit all the time?
When I was little?
Yeah. Do you remember?
I remember a little bit. I think I was just so focused and determined on my sport, and I really wanted to win the World Championships, and that's really all that I wanted. After I won the World Championships, I kinda got more into the social media, thing. I did gain, like, my whole following from cheer, but I don't know, I think a big part of it was getting my phone taken away when the backlash was really hard. I think that helped a lot. Um, and then I don't know, when you're like in that like that long ago, like when you're 14-year-olds right now, like I have like an 11-year-old sister and she's like going to Sephora and like chronically on TikTok and all that stuff. And
Chronically.
when I was 14, I was like, I want to go play with my friends and go on a bike ride, you know what I mean? So like I don't think it was that hard because in that day and age, like phones weren't really a thing. When you were 14, not a lot of 14-year-olds had a phone. So, yeah, I think just not really looking at it, focusing on my sport. After my sport, it kind of got like more intense, like the hate, but also the successes and like things like that. So it got harder after it was like little, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It's terrifying to me. It's
Yeah.
terrifying. I have a 4-year-old and just thinking about what he'll go through, like when he eventually decides to get social media, if he does,
Yeah.
and like I'm connected to some people that have had some devastating things happen from social media bullying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's terrifying. Social media does a lot of great things for humanity. It keeps us connected in ways, and it it puts out information that we've never had access to. But at the same time, so many people just hammer away at their little keyboard and influence people negatively.
Yeah.
In a way.
Totally.
Yeah. So that okay. So you fought through that,
Mhm.
and then when did social media? I'm assuming it started with the influencing route, and then you went to like the agency representing others route.
Yep.
when did you come to the like realization that, dang, this like I can make some money off this. This could be a
Yeah.
job. When did you make that decision?
I think it was, like, after I moved home from college because I was seeing all these people getting these brand deals, making a shit ton of money, and I'm like, "Wait, if they can do that, I can do that. Like, why can't I do that? I have a following." And it wasn't huge, and it's still not, like, huge. Like, I don't have 1,000,000 followers, but you can still do it. Like,
Yeah.
I think you can do anything you wanna do in life. You just have to do it and not care about what other people think. So, I started seeing people do that, and then I was like, "Okay, like, let me try this." So then I started putting, like, everything into influencing, and it just kinda I was making, like, a lot of money, and then I was thinking to myself, and my dad was like, "You can't do this forever. Like, I'm glad you're doing good. I'm so proud of you, but, like, you can't do this forever." And I'm like, "He's right. Like, I gotta think of something, like, right now." And that's kinda where I switched it into the marketing, agency that I built for myself because now I can do both, but I always have that to lean back on. And then I just wanna make it, like, a huge empire, and then, like, when I have kids, I want them to own it, and, like, I want it to be a whole thing, so that's kinda where my vision's going,
What's the
but
whole thing? Tell me about it.
I wanna be the biggest, like, marketing business in Wisconsin. Um, my real life goal is to obviously have, like, a house here and then have a house in, like, Arizona or something for, like, the winter. So my goal is, like, to hire people and literally just run my thing for me, and I'll be the business owner, and I'll come to whatever I can while getting new clients and stuff, and then I'll leave for, like, 4 months while it's cold here. That's
So
what I want.
so you were like swearing to yourself coming in today. You're like, "Oh my God, why am I out in the cold?"
Yeah, I'm like, "God, I'm freezing, like, this sucks."
That's
Yeah.
awesome though.
Yeah.
A lot of people like manifestation is real.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like being willing to like say that and
Yeah.
say it, this is what I want to come to life is
Yeah.
the first step to
Mhm.
making it happen. It's awesome. And that so which came first? Because I know I was looking at your LinkedIn profile and your degrees in IMC, Integrated Marketing Communications, right?
Well, so I went to college at Ole Miss, RIP Lane Kiffin, if you know what's going on with that. But went there I was first in exercise science, and then I was, like, not doing good in psychology. I'm like, "This is not for me." So then I switched to IMC, and then I was like, "What am I gonna do with an IMC major?" And then I switched to marketing, and I just switched so much. I was already in my 4th year. I'm like, "You know what?" And then that's when I started making money off social media kinda. I'm like, "I'm just gonna move home. Like, I'm done with this. Maybe I'll finish college, like, online or something when it feels right." Um, yeah, moved home, started all of that, and then I was like, "Maybe I'll do online school." And then I was like, "Why would I do that?" So I actually never graduated college, but
So you're sitting on like 90 credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Ole Miss for 4 years and literally have nothing, and I'm like, "What did I do while I was there? Like, what is going on?" But, yeah, I switched so much. I was just so confused what I wanted to do. I wasn't really doing social media in college at all. So, yeah.
So you didn't? Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So did you cheer in college too or no?
No, I
Okay.
was going to try out, and then I broke my ankle. But that's originally why I went to Ole Miss because I actually lived with, like, a host or billet family in my high school years when I was, like, 14 to, like, a couple years after that for, like, cheer. So I cheered in Chicago most of my life. Um, and my host sister, like, the girl I lived with, her family, she went to Ole Miss, and she's like, "I'm going to Ole Miss, why don't you just come with me?" And I was like, "Okay." So she tried out, she didn't end up making it, and then I was gonna try out the year after, and then I broke my ankle, so that's originally why I went there is to cheer.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean there's a lot in there
I
that we
know,
can talk about.
my life is so weird.
I mean it's real though. Like
Yeah.
you're not the only one in that scenario. There's a ton
Yeah.
of people that have 90 credits in college and then they're like started making money and
Yeah.
then like, okay, well, I'm just going to do this now because I'm not making money. That's the
Yeah.
goal anyway. But I mean, having those 2 majors after exercise science, you had to take some marketing classes and stuff that built the foundation.
Yeah.
I found it more interesting. I didn't know that you weren't doing social media in college. So
Yeah.
you kind of probably just like a quote unquote regular user, like post on Instagram once in a
Yeah.
while, but not with no intention.
Yeah, I mean, I would get, like, a bunch of PR and stuff still while I was in college, like, I would have, like, 1,000,000 boxes at my house of packages, just because I had like a following still from cheer and being young and all of that with that. So I guess I would like post like videos like unboxing, like, oh, this company sent me this, but I never took it seriously. Like it was just like whatever. Like if I don't get PR next week, I don't really care. Like
Sure.
I was just having fun in college with my friends and would like post stupid dance videos with them and like post us at a football game, but I never took it seriously until like after. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It does. Yeah.
I was kind of just like drained out of it from cheer and like all of that. And it felt nice to like not have to do any of that, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. That I didn't get enough credit to the RIP Lane Kiffin comment earlier.
Yeah, I'm
We can
really
go back
upset
to that
about
for a
it.
second. Yeah, he's like on your he's on your list right now, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Number one. Yeah, he's number one.
He and I think you could probably label a lot of college coaches like this. He seems very disingenuous to me. Like
Yeah.
he's you know, go where the getting is good type
Right.
thing. And I don't know. That's like where it's kind of where college recruiting is right now.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's a shit show.
Yeah,
It is.
I hate it. But
Yeah.
Tennessee did warn us. They're like, he's going to do this to you. He did it to us. And we're like, no.
Yeah.
Like, he's awesome. He's so funny. Like, he's the best coach ever. And then this happens, and we're like doing so good for once. And my friend and I planned on going to the playoff game like on New Year's. And now we don't even want to go because, like, what's the point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. I don't even watch college football for some of that reason. Like,
Yeah, I think I'm over it now.
Yeah. NIL has made it a little bit better because I never agreed with how much college athletes made for their institutions and didn't make any money off of it.
Yeah.
Like that is just wild to me. And sure, hang your hat on the free education all you want, but it's 120 grand.
Yeah.
And you know, like that, think about, I mean, maybe it's not the best example, but like Johnny Manziel brought way more than 120 grand into an institution, you know?
Yeah.
And he had to make money selling autographs and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think that whole thing is insane.
yeah. So that brings me to another topic I wanted to chat about a little bit today. It seems like you're interested in football and relatively like close to the Packers, right? Like
Yeah.
it's something that you are like passionate about. Seems
Yeah.
like, is that a good read?
Yeah, I love the Packers. I love football.
Okay.
I'm a sports girl. I love watching football. I watched my uncle play on the Packers growing up. So that's kind of where my love for football kind of came in. And yeah, I love everything about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Your uncle's Nick Barnett, right?
Yeah.
I saw a post that you made about that. It was hilarious. Like, you had him at a game and y'all were making some content. And you had him like dancing. You were dancing. It was hilarious.
Yeah, he'll do the dancing. Sometimes it's his idea. Like that, I know which one you're talking about. And he was like, "We need to make this." And
That
I'm
was
like,
his
"Okay."
idea?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah. So that's where your interest started? Like, you grew up, probably getting to go to games, and that's where your interest in football started?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I grew up down the street from Lambeau Field, so I was always a Packers fan. But your uncle being in it just makes it a little bit more special. And yeah, it made me love it more.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Gets you close to it. Like,
Yeah.
you're, especially at a young age when we're so malleable, like, people around you probably cared a little bit more because like everybody cares about the Packers, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
like when you bring that human element of it into, oh, that isn't just an NFL player, that's Uncle Nick.
Yeah.
You know, it brings a different element to an impressionable child.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And then so that interest is just carried on through today. Like you just dig the Packers. I saw
Yeah.
recently you had a cool brand deal, right? It was like the Target Packers
Champion
line.
Target. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you search that one out or did they reach out to you?
No, they reached out to me and it was an email. And I'm like, I get a lot of scam emails.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, this is totally a scam. Like, what's going on? So I just threw out a number and they're like, okay, like, here's a contract. I'm like, oh, you're serious and this is not a scam. All right, cool. Yeah, and that was really cool. I got to experience it with my best friend from college. She was a part of it and in everything with me. So it's really nice to bring in like family. Like my Uncle Nick came for the Crown Royal thing. and my best friend from college for this brand deal. So I like to include like the people in my life and like the cool things I get to do. So
It makes it authentic.
yeah, and it's so much more fun.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's super authentic.
Yeah. So that's another interesting part of the business that you made. And I think something that stops a lot of people is like kind of the back end, like the agreements, contracts,
Yeah, it's a lot.
negotiating those things. That
Yeah.
stuff is really hard to learn.
Mhm.
Like, even if you get a marketing education, not some of that stuff isn't really talked about.
Yeah.
Like, you don't talk about like how to make an effective contract and how do you negotiate, you know, for your CPM. What is CPM? You know, like how did you do that? It seems like you're pretty, I'm just going to try this out, but is that
Yeah.
learn as you go? Is that what you did?
It was really learn as you go, yeah. I feel like my coach and my mom growing up took care of that for me. So when I was growing up, they were just like, you got to go to this today, and I was like, okay. But
Oh, so you had brand deals as a teenager that you were,
Mhm.
okay, got it.
started when I was 14. Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, as I got older, I was just like, I like am a ChatGPT Google girl. Like any question I have, I'm like, I just want to learn what it's about. I want to learn what the answer is. I want to know next time. Like I just want to always better myself. It's just like so addicting bettering yourself. So when it came to like contracts and brand deals, I'm like, I actually like talked to my aunt and my uncle Nick about it because obviously he had a bunch of contracts. So
Yeah.
they helped me a lot with that. But then other than that, I would just like Google ChatGPT, like, how do I do this? How do I do this? What is going on? And so you just really learn as you go, and the experience, like you experience so many different things. So after every single thing you learn from it, and you just become that much better at it. So
Yeah. And you know, I ask these type of questions a lot, and I do it for a reason because like it is always the answer. It's
Okay.
always the answer. It's like you just have to be comfortable with not knowing everything.
Yeah.
And you just have to try.
Yeah.
And know that you're going to mess up sometimes.
Yeah.
And you know, that's okay.
Yeah. You're human.
Yeah. And you just, after you mess up, you just, you know, adjust what you do
Yeah.
and then try again.
Mhm.
I don't know. So I started a marketing agency too for like 6 years. I ran it. And I remember some of those feelings about, it's going to date me a little bit, but it's when like I opened it up around was when like businesses were just realizing that Facebook could be valuable to their business. So, and I was in a fortunate situation where I was like closely, I had another job that people bought advertising for, but it was traditional media.
Mhm.
So I would see all these people coming in buying traditional media.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's cool. But what's your overall strategy? And are you using digital?
Right.
And nobody was
Yeah.
at that time. So it was this really easy, just like, okay, prove a little ROI and people are going to sign on the dotted line.
Yeah.
So like a lot of business owners, I think I had the foresight of, like this could be lucrative. This could make me some money.
Yeah.
And I even that, I remember like thinking all of these people have no idea what they're missing out on.
Mhm.
And I was still a little bit uncomfortable doing it
Yeah.
at first. And I'm cut from a similar cloth. I'm just like a head down forward. We're going to give this a shot and see if shit works.
Yeah.
And there's still times where you probably get it too. Like there's times when you question yourself and you doubt yourself and imposter syndrome and blah, 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 all that stuff. But everybody gets it.
Yeah.
And you just have to try. If it's something that you really want,
Mhm.
you have to aim for it. And then eventually you get to the point where you're comfortable saying, I want to have the biggest marketing agency in Wisconsin.
Yep. You'll get there. You just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the contracts, any horror stories, any like bad learning moments where like you tied yourself into where you had to make a bunch of content that you didn't get paid what you should have for or anything like that?
Nothing. Actually, the ones that were like had contracts and things like went so smoothly. I'm so blessed for that. There's been like 2 recent occurrences that smaller companies have reached out to me to do stuff with me. And I was like, I'm too busy. I only do paid partnerships. And they're like, well, we really wanted, and I'm like, you know what? Like their brand really resonated with me. It was really something I would actually be a part of. So I'm like, I'll do it for free. Like, it's fine. And I'm not doing that anymore because it has turned into like really bad and really I don't know. Those are the horror stories, honestly. The stuff I was doing for free. So I went home the other day and I told my boyfriend, I'm like, I'm not doing anything for free anymore. Like, I can't. Like, those are the horror stories. And like the organized contract, all that stuff is just like so simple. But yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of reasons for that.
Yeah.
Like I've ran into the same thing. I mean, it starts with a mindset up front, right? Like you feel, rightfully so, that it's like, I'll do it as a favor. Like this,
Right.
it starts as a favor.
And I love doing that stuff for people. I love helping people, giving people stuff. Like, why wouldn't I do this? Like, who cares? Like, it's going to take, an hour of my time? Like, whatever.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then the other side ends up like kind of forgetting that it's a favor.
Yeah.
And then
And they want more. And I'm like, oh my God,
Mhm.
my eye is twitching and I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. I love that though, that the part about resonating. I've really tried that. I'm maintaining that with the podcast. So we have Carouser sponsor. I don't drink alcohol. I stopped drinking alcohol like 7 years ago, and it's something that's closely ingrained in my life. So like
Yeah.
they reached out, and I'm like, yeah, this is supernatural fit. Let's make this work.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And like full transparency, I've had a lot of places reach out that I just was like, no,
Yeah.
like not it, like I mean, and I say that from a very blessed point of view because
Right.
like I'm not right now. I don't do this to eat.
Yeah.
Like I do other stuff to eat,
Yeah.
and I get to have passionate conversations with cool people, and
Yeah.
that's why I do it. So I'm lucky enough to be able to say like, your $500, your $1,000 a month, like it doesn't match what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Here,
And I wish more people were like that, like more influencers, more people that do podcasts and stuff like that, because I say no to like 10 and I'll say yes to one, you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
because I'm not going to put something out there that like people are going to be like, why the heck is she doing that? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
So, and like, I can't make it authentic. So I
Yeah.
totally get where you're coming from because
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, there's a lot of reasons for it. Some of it's a selfish intention that if you do that, I think in a year people realize it really quickly.
Yeah.
But in another vein, like I worked in broadcasting for 10 years, and like when I think about what burned me out at the end of it, when I was just ready to like not make content anymore, it was like having to read an ad for a car dealership down the road that I was like,
Yeah.
I don't agree with how you sell cars. Like, I don't dig how you do it. But
Yeah.
like the radio station signed my check, I got to read the ad,
Mhm.
So I don't want to go down that path again. And
Yeah.
yeah. But now with where like social media and influencing and digital marketing itself is at, I think it's almost imperative that you do it that way.
Yeah.
Because for one, inauthentic content does shit right now on any algorithm. Like
Yeah.
it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And two, like the value comes with your audience. Your
Right.
audience has to be invested in you and believe in you.
I was just going to say that, and the audience will know when you're like faking something. Like when they're like, wait, this actually makes no sense, and you did this for a check, and now I like am not a fan of you anymore. Like I don't want to follow you, and that's how like real it is. It's
Yeah.
like, holy crap!
Yeah.
Like I had a brand deal with Crown Royal for the Packers or whatever, and I thought that was a scam too. And they were like, you're going to be with Greg Jennings. And I'm like, what? Like, me and Greg Jennings are going to do a brand deal together. Like, that's insane. And then they brought up, like, oh, like, I see your Uncle Nick's going to be in town. And I'm like, oh, okay. So they're just, like, using me they couldn't get a hold of him, basically,
Yeah.
That was what's going through my mind. So,
Yeah.
I text him up. I'm like, okay, this is what's going on. And they're like, no, actually, like, we don't have enough budget for him. Like, we want you, but like, he can come support you if you want. And I'm like, that was like so insane to me. I was like, what the hell? You're going to pick me over like him? Like, okay, that's never happened. And we always joke around about like how I'm cooler than him because I have more followers than him. But obviously he's way cooler. But that was another brand. What I was getting to is that's another brand deal where I'm like, I don't even really drink whiskey, but like, it resonates because like it's in front of Lambeau Field, it's for a Packers tailgate, like things like that. And I was kind of getting a little bit of backlash of like, you don't even drink whiskey, like whatever. And I'm like, dude, it's about the Packers. I'm literally with Greg Jennings. Like I did an interview with the Pointer Brothers. Like it was like really cool. So that's you kind of have to pick your battles on brand deals, I feel like. And
Mhm.
because the audience will like really get to know you and be like, you don't even drink that. Like, I know your content, you don't drink whiskey. And because I've said I've hated whiskey before, and you'll kind of get like a little hate.
And people remember to
Yeah, I'm like, damn, like, can you just let me do what I like? Let me breathe. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's a good thing. Because like when people get invested in communities like that, they feel connected, and that's why they do it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I had here's a wild stat for you.
Oh,
I had
gosh.
a woman named Stephanie Grady on the podcast 6 or 8 months ago.
Mhm.
She used to work in TV news. So she was a TV news broadcaster. She left to build an agency advising athletes about NIL, specifically female athletes about NIL as they transition to college.
That's cool.
Awesome business. She
Yeah.
talk about somebody doing what she loves. Like, she is super invested. She's awesome.
That's cool.
But the point where I'm getting at here is that she said that she did TV in Milwaukee for 10 years.
Mhm.
From the time she started to the time that she left to start her NIL business, they
Mhm.
lost 80% of their viewers.
Holy crap.
80%.
That's a lot.
It's
That's like
insane.
everything,
It's
yeah.
insane. And it's not like they went to Channel 5 or something else. They just disappeared. But where
Yeah.
are they? They're on social media.
Right.
And they're looking for, that's where we get our news. That's
Mhm.
where we get our human connection. And that part of it, I think, is very good. So we started talking about the bad parts about social media, but the good part about it is I love that somebody called you out months later and said, you said you hated whiskey and now you're drinking whiskey. It means that
Yeah.
they care.
Yeah, right.
That's a good thing.
Sometimes I'm like, you guys are really giving me anxiety, but at the same time, I'm like, wow, they're passionate about who I am as a person and what I'm posting. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool too. Like, okay, call me out.
Yeah. And I think that's where, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a community of like-minded people.
Yeah.
That like, don't even have to, I mean, we're not gonna, but are comfortable not seeing the world in the same way.
Yeah.
And aren't the first people to like hop in the comment section and just trash somebody for no reason.
Yeah.
But like are actually able to critically think about life and come here for cool conversations with people doing different things. Our next episode today is with a dude called the Maple Dude. He lives in central Wisconsin. He makes maple syrup. Like
That's
two
awesome.
vastly different conversations.
Yeah.
But like there's value in both.
Yeah.
And I think the value comes in that community and connection.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why, I mean, with your content, I love that so much of it, and some is because of the Packers, but I love that you like address the local community. Like the stuff that
Yeah.
I've seen, it seems integral piece. Do you feel that way? Like,
Yeah, I feel that way. I feel as I just try to do everything that obviously is very authentic to me. But yeah, I love to be all around Green Bay and like supporting anything that anyone's doing. Like, for example, Natalie, she just
Yeah.
I just signed her as my client and we became so close. And now I'm like super into WIXX. Like, I was never really into the radio world, but I think that's so cool. And I want to like do something with them. And like, I don't know, just like anyone, any chance I get, I say yes, only if it is authentic and resonates to me, obviously. But yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, that was a cool episode too. Just, I don't know. I guess we could pivot that into, a lot of different directions. One could be about like accepting opportunity when it comes, like, being comfortable saying yes sometimes or something. There's a million different directions we could go.
Mhm.
But what's on my mind right now, thinking about Green Bay,
Okay.
talking about hating cold weather earlier, like when you went to Ole Miss,
Yeah.
did you plan to move back to Green Bay?
Mhm.
And two, like, what went through your mind as far as like cold weather going back?
Mhm.
Did you dread it? Did you love it? Like,
Yeah. I definitely never planned to come back to Green Bay.
Mhm.
And a lot of people are shocked when I say that, but I don't know, I grew up here and it was just like I need to get out of here situation. That's kind of why I went to Ole Miss and I wanted to stay far away. I was actually supposed to move to Texas right after Ole Miss, and I didn't end up doing that. Um, I got this weird, like, feeling that I was just so homesick, and I'm such a family person. So I was like, I just wanna go back home. I just wanna do it. And I had an apartment here with my sister, and I had, like, 6 months. And I was like, after these 6 months, I'll move to Texas, like, whatever, whatever. It came, like, the last month, and I'm like, I'm not going anymore. Like, I can't. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. I wanna be with my family. And then I started to, like, love my hometown more. I don't know what it was and why this happened, but now I love it here. Like, obviously, I hate the cold weather, and I only had summer clothes from living at Ole Miss, so I had to do a lot of winter clothes shopping. But, yeah, I've grown to love my hometown a lot, so I'm happy I'm here, even though I did say I wanna get, like, a condo in Arizona soon, so
Yeah. It develops as you mature. Your relationship, I think, with it
Mhm.
develops in the frame of mind. I think some of it just comes with being an angsty youth,
Yeah.
like it ready to spread your wings and do something else. It's
Yeah.
hilarious though. It's always 6 months. A guy, yeah, always 6 months. Developed into one of my really good friends, but one of the first times we talked, I had Chris Manglis on the podcast. He owns 335 downtown. One of his funny stories is that he, like, when he moved back, he went to culinary school in Colorado, and then he moved to Miami for a while. He was jet setting, finding where he wanted to
Yeah.
be. And then when he came back to Green Bay, his thing was 6 months. He's like, I'm gonna be here 6 months and then I'm gone. And then he booked a few more clients and a few more parties. And then
Yeah.
he's like, okay, 6 more months and I'm gonna be gone. And now it's like 10 years later and dude's here crushing it.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's the 6 month thing. There's always this like, man, and I feel it. I don't feel this way geographically. I think a lot of people do, but I feel this way like goal setting wise. Like I love to have something that's like off in the distance a little bit.
Mhm.
That it's like something that I'm working toward, even if
Totally.
it's passively. And that's my 6 months. My
Yeah.
6 months is like, okay, what's like my next goal with the podcast? Or like, what's my next professional goal? Or like, what's my goal as a dad? Like, I spent 6 months with a daily manifestation journal just about trying to be a better dad and a husband. And
I
like,
love that.
that was my goal.
Yeah.
Like, I got to have that stuff. Otherwise, I don't know, I get a little complacent maybe.
Me
or something.
too. I always need something to look forward to
Yeah?
or to strive to, or yeah, I'm like the exact same way.
Yeah. What are your steps for the agency? What are your goals coming up?
I want to just keep building it and getting more clients, like, and we're hitting January soon, so by next January, I wanna have, like, a team behind me. I wanna have, like, 2 to 3 girls that are, like, really just doing it for me so I can just keep building it and not have to be, like, running around everywhere. That's kinda my goal right now, so just keep building it and building it, and, as far as the influencing side, just keep accepting brand deals and kinda growing that side of things too at the same time, because I still love to do that and I'm still young enough to do that, so that's my goal there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's one thing I was going to ask about today. We're going to get down into the weeds of marketing a little bit here.
Okay.
But navigating the influencing side
Mhm.
and the agency side, and then seeing them overlap at times. And you've talked a little bit about how you delineate that with like, is it something that resonates you in your personal brand?
Yeah.
Does it make sense? But navigating that is going to be interesting as you grow both.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Have you thought of, I'm sure you put thought into that. Tell me about it. Tell me what are your thoughts around having both of those things in place and trying to grow both at the same time?
Yeah, that's been, like, one of the most challenging things, I think, for myself, because I wanna pour everything I have into my business because I just wanna grow it as large as I can, obviously, and then I kinda forget that, like, I do influencing too, so, like, for example, last week, I didn't post on TikTok for 6 days, and I woke up and I'm like, "Oh my god, like, I literally have not posted on TikTok for 6 days. That's really bad, like, for influencing," you know what I mean? Brands are gonna see that and be like, "She's not serious about influencing anymore," so I struggle with that, because I will work until from, like, 5 or 6 in the morning until, like, 11 PM at night, like, I just won't stop. I don't see my friends, I don't see my family a lot, and that's what I'm struggling with, so I'm trying to, like, stop around 5 or 6 PM now with work and then catch up on the editing for my influencing side. I'm also trying to take like Saturdays and Sundays off of my business and that's my time to kind of make content for influencing. So that's like my schedule right now that I'm trying to get in the hang with. That's the most what I struggle. But as far as like overlapping and the authenticity, whoa, how do you say that word? Authenticity. There we go. And things that really resonate with myself, I don't think that's hard for me because I can take like a nutrition place and like a gym or a bar downtown or something. I can take any client for my business, but like for me, I get to pick and choose, which I kind of think is fun for influencing. So I don't think they'll ever overlap in that way.
Sure.
And then for like my business, if I do get a client and they want to do a brand deal with someone, I have so many friends here that do influencing, so I'll just shoot them to them or like help them get that set up. Like I got Natalie set up with a brand deal recently. That wouldn't resonate with what I do, but it would with her. So that's kind of like where the overlapping kind of gets resolved because I can give it to a friend or something instead of just me and not be like authentic, I guess.
Yeah, you can actually be the dealer at times too.
Yeah,
like
and help
deal a
people
card
out.
to somebody else.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm a marketing junkie. My entire career has been marketing. I love both being in the weeds of it and seeing it from afar and see how different people do it differently, especially the agency vibe.
Yeah.
And that one, it's unique.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's innovative in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Just super fun. I have a million, places that we could go just marketing in general, but I don't think, I think we could probably get way too far in the weeds for most of the
Totally. We
audience.
could talk for like 7 hours about marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing though that you brought up earlier that I thought was super interesting, that it might be another one of those, it's valuable to a lot of different people, business owners, people who want to do influencing, whatever. I don't think a lot of people have like caught up with the algorithmic changes from like the last year of like not having to have, like you mentioned earlier, you're like, I don't have a ton of followers, like comparatively. Right now, like it's never been a better time because you don't need a ton of followers.
You really don't.
Like even on meta platforms, which has never been the case, but like in the last year, it's insane. Like in August, the podcast did over 1 million and I got like 800 followers. Did over 1 million impressions.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
On IG? That never was possible before. And TikTok changed the game. So I think we can talk about that a little bit. Like, how do you keep up with algorithmic changes and how do you help clients with that? And like, what are your thoughts around that space?
Yeah. For myself, I just try to make content that I think people like me will resonate with. And just like feel the same way about, like I'm really into like makeup, skincare, fashion. So like those like little trends with a really good hook. But also like is super personable to me. And then for clients, it's like showing off their really cool, like I have a mobile gas delivery business client, or that's her business. It's my client, Rapid Refuel, and just showing off what they do. But then I show off like their personalities. And that's what I really try to tell all my clients is like, your audience is going to love you on a personal level. So you have to give that to them. And like, you have to be in the video. It can't just be like your truck or your home decor stuff or your nutrition teas. Like it has to be you guys in it. And that's where you're going to really build and your audience is going to get to know you guys and like really feel like you guys are friends. And that's what I really try to resonate with my clients, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay. So you don't even think about algorithmic changes.
I really don't, no.
You think about content and audience.
Yeah, that's really what I only think about.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And I think that that is such an excellent frame of mind to have. There's so many people, especially agencies, that get into the weeds of, we need, and I think it probably started with Gary Vee. Like Gary Vee was the thing, like he was always talking about, Well, one, he was the content side. I don't want to disparage him in any way because like he was just like make more.
Mhm.
But like I've watched a bunch of conversations where they're talking about like the first 3 seconds need to be this and
Oh, yeah.
this thing needs to be this. And I think it can get too calculated very
It'll start to
quickly.
drive you insane. I used to be like that, and now I'm like, "Guys, let's just make high quality content and post 3 times a week, and you're gonna be fine." And maybe just, like, a really cool hook and, like, I don't know, some trending hashtags that will, like, get people when they search things, it'll pop up and, like,
Yeah.
let's just do it. So, that's really what I do, especially for my business, and it's been doing really good. Like, I got Rapid Refuel 2 million likes on 3 platforms, like, last week, and, like, I have this new home decor store in, like, Door County, and they got, like, 11,000 views on my first post. So you really just have to like, it just has to be authentic, personable, with a good hook and a high quality video and
Yeah.
posting consistently, and that's really all you have to do.
Yeah. I think most businesses struggle with the consistently. Like
Yeah.
that's
That's
why
where I come in.
that's why agencies exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of my clients are obviously business owners, and they're like, "Kendall, we don't have time to do it, we don't know how to do it, and we don't want to do it." So just, like, that's why they hire me, and I love that because it's so real, because they really don't have time to do it. They don't know how to do it, and they really just don't want to do it, and I totally understand that. So I'm like, "I'm here to help you. Just call me when you need me," and they're like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's super fun work. Like it's
It's so fun.
yeah. I've been considering dipping my toes back in the waters as if I'm not busy enough, but like selectively taking a couple clients just because I have nothing social yet. I've
Mm.
done more like strategy, IMC type stuff,
Yeah.
but I've been thinking about dipping my toes back into the water of like a concierge service like you're doing for just
Yeah.
a couple clients because like it's so fun.
Mhm.
It's so fun
It
to like
is.
just be able to create and like bring a brand to life.
Right.
I never thought I would miss it when I stopped doing my agency.
Yeah.
I was like, and probably part of the reason is because I was doing it to eat, you know, like I was
Yeah.
like, yes, I'm going to say yes to this client because they're going to give me $2,000 and I need to pay my mortgage.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
But when you get the right fits, it's so fun to
Totally.
just be able to like, I don't know, get creative with it and share somebody's brand that you believe in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. The results are the best part too.
Yeah.
And
Get-
how they feel, and it's just, it makes me so happy.
Get like doing like the analytics call where you're like,
Yeah.
our post this month did this.
Yeah, or they'll like text me screenshots like, "Kendall, why did our video just get like 30,000 views? Like, you're insane." And they're just so happy, and I'm like, "Oh, I love it." That's the best part.
Yeah. So maybe that might be a good way to kind of weave in the end of our conversation. We know your goals. We know your intentions for starting your business. We kind of got to come along for the ride a little bit. But what are those improvement areas? Where are you going to look to grow as an individual, as a marketer, as a
Yeah.
human? Where are those areas?
I think the main one right now is improving in being proud of myself and like my mental health. I think this past month I've struggled a lot with mental health, and Green Bay is so small, so a lot of people, again, like I said, don't really like you, and they've never really even met you. But I'll go to like a bar after a Packer game, and like random people will just be screaming at me when I'm just trying to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh my God. So that stuff really takes a toll on even like my business, because I'm still on social media with that. So I think like improving my mental health and not letting people um bother me like that, maybe not going to certain places anymore that I've gotten, I don't know, really weird interactions at. I don't really leave my house a lot anymore because of it, but maybe even getting out more. I don't know. But just improving in that and knowing that I am making a difference in people's lives, and yeah, just in that route, I
Mhm.
guess.
I knew there were layers to that onion,
Yeah.
Kendall. That's what I was getting at earlier, and that's what we do on the show is explore those topics. That's what I was talking about with 15-year-old Kendall. What
Yeah.
you were feeling, you know.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't go away.
No.
You know, and now it's today, Kendall.
Yeah.
And you're navigating through that, and
Yeah.
there, you know, it's probably an unfair question to ask because the answer maybe doesn't even exist. And
Okay.
it's like, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with it? What are you doing? And it's sure
Yeah.
it's cliche and it might be the best answer in someone's head to just say like, I just, ignore it or just move forward or whatever. But like, that's not easy, one.
No, that's
and
not.
and two, is that actually what it is? Or is it actually, a lot deeper than that? And I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people say that because they start off with that, and that's kind of what I have done, like, for the past couple years, starting my business and being more active on social media, doing more brand deals, being out in public more. I think I did used to just brush it off and just move past it, but there comes a point where it really, like, you sit there and you're like, "Wow, like, these people made me not like myself." Like, I don't even wanna be on a camera, I don't wanna take a picture because I don't like myself anymore, and that's where it's like, "Okay, like, this has gone a little too far, you can't just brush it off anymore and just move past it, like, you have to figure this out." So I think, like, being around my family helps a lot, talking with them helps a lot. Um, I was going through a lot during my Crown Royal event, and no one knew, like, it looked like I was so happy and, like but I was so nervous, I didn't like myself, I was going through, like, the mental health stuff, people being mean to me, like, around the tailgate even, and that's kinda why, like, my Uncle Nick was there, he's like, "Don't be nervous, you got this, like, I'm right here for you," like, he really helps me in the social media aspect and, like, feeling good about myself, and, um, yeah, I think family helps a lot, obviously getting a therapist helps a lot, and then just working through it, I think crying it out helps a lot, like, I'll just cry it out, and then I'll be like, "Okay, that felt really good. Maybe we need to do that more, just let it out." So,
Mhm.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
those are my resolutions,
It's all really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, like, I can't wait to get to a place where I don't click into the comments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And part of it is right now, like, part of it for me is growth. Like, right now, if I wanna grow the social channels, I have to engage and interact with the comments.
Mhm.
But, um it's one of those, like, the highs are great and the lows are terrible
Yeah.
things where it's like you and I don't think either of them are really real.
Yeah.
You know?
No, really.
I don't think either of it is genuine conversation for the most part.
Yeah.
Some DMs get super deep, especially I made a TikTok last week that ended up doing really well, and it was about aliens. Like, it was just random. I was on my morning walk, and I had just watched Age of Disclosure, so I made this TikTok about aliens.
Yeah.
And 95% of the people in the comments were just, like, commenting their experience with aliens, and like, there were 5% that were being dicks.
Yeah.
And, like, you just see the 5% going through being dicks, and even if I don't respond to them or whatever, like, it still gets logged as a little earworm in your head,
It never goes away.
and it never goes away.
Mm.
Yeah, and even as, like, a really resilient, confident, unbothered person, eventually, that earworm's gonna come out somewhere when I don't want it to.
Mhm.
And, like, for you, it was just what you were describing, like, it came out, you got this big event coming up,
Mhm.
and a bunch of shit that people said ends up coming out and bothering you at a time when it should be something that's good for you,
Right.
you know? And I don't know, I guess what I'm saying is I can't wait to get to the spot where, I can engage in a different way than in the comments section.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of broad, but, like, I just don't think, I think very few positive things happen in the comment section of
Yeah.
social media,
No, totally.
you know?
Yeah.
And whether it's, the middle of a doom scroll or, finding a piece of content that I really, like, enjoy and reach out about or maybe send somebody a DM or something,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to tie in the thought. I'm lost with it, but, like, there's a lot there's just not much positive that comes from it. I don't know.
Yeah. And that's what I was starting to like figure out doing social media so much. And another reason why I started my business, but I was also super scared too. But now that it's been like a year, like I also journal a lot. That helps like my mental health a lot. Just writing what I feel. It just feels good to let it out to something. And I was writing the other day and I was like, I didn't even know I felt this. And I was writing and it was like starting Kendall Casey Social, like kind of saved me and saved my passion for social media because I can do it for other people and I don't really have to be on the camera, you know? It's still posted on my business page and all of that stuff, but I get to do like the influencing for my businesses and like my clients. Like it's all about them and it's not really all about me. So I get to do still what I love without me having to be on camera all the time. So that kind of saved me in a sense of wanting to still be on social media and still do influencing and stuff like that. So that's kind of where my balance comes in. I feel like you're kind of trying to explain that. And that's like my story of like how I stay off the comments or like say, oh, we're not going to do a TikTok video today. We're going to do my clients instead and just take a break from myself. So that helped me a lot.
Yeah, that's an awesome connection too.
Mhm.
That strangely enough, that's some of my motivation with creating the podcast is like even even in like my broadcasting career and stuff, I've always been a little bit uncomfortable with the spotlight.
Yeah.
Like I like sharing other people's stories, and that's what I get to do now. Like,
Yeah.
90% of the reels that I post aren't even me. They're
Yeah.
of the guest.
And it's so awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
the
I love
best.
it.
Yeah, it's great. Because like I mean, even if you think of something very surface level, like I had gotten actually before Natalie's episode, I got a really bad haircut, and that day, like I was super busy, similar to today, where
Mhm.
like some things had like gone awry that I had to fix. So I just didn't go to I didn't go to the bathroom before I started the pod, and my
Yeah.
hair was a mess, you know. And like if that content was all about me, that whole day would have sucked because it was like, oh, how am I going to post any of this? Like it
Right.
doesn't represent me how I want to be represented. In reality, it doesn't matter because like 90% of the reel is of the guest.
Of
So
Natalie,
it's like,
yeah.
all I do is show up. I'm
That's
like
awesome.
the ringleader of the circus, but I don't have to be like the in front of the thing. And I
Right.
think that some of that does make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Totally.
Austin, what are we at for time right now? How long has this been going? Okay, sounds good.
Oh, sorry about getting up. My allergy medicine and my Mucinex.
It's okay.
Allergy
okay.
season.
I feel like we're just getting into the meat here. I feel
I know.
like I
it's
love
only 104, so we're doing good.
Okay, sweet. Because like this is the direction I love going. This is the
Like the
the-
deeper.
yeah, it's the realness of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's so what you talked about a bunch of tactics earlier like journaling and crying it out and stuff
Mhm.
that like alleviate or make you feel better.
Yeah.
But has it changed? Like it seems like the couple things you like you mentioned a couple things like you go somewhere and someone's talking like a fool at a bar or something.
Yeah.
Like has it changed your human interactions, your in-person human interactions?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would say yeah. I don't go out as much. I stay home a lot. Like I'll stay home, I'll just go to clients and then just be home and just even on weekends, like tonight my boyfriend's like, "Are we doing anything?" And I'm like, "I'm going to go to dinner with my dad and then probably go home and like not go anywhere." But when I do go out for like special occasions and things like that, um and again, I'm not like some crazy like I don't have a million followers, I'm not crazy, but I have had these experiences where I'm like, this scares me a little and I get anxiety and wherever I go, I'm just like really always on the lookout. Like I'm looking around, I'm like for example, Blackout Wednesday, like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving or whatever, we went out for my boyfriend's birthday and his sister, they're twins, and I walk into the bar with my friends and everyone's like, that's Kendall Casey, there she is. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, and that just gives me like, it's like a gut wrench almost because I'm like, oh my God, do they like me? Do they hate me? Are they going to come up to me? Do they going to think did I take a shot and am I a little tipsy that I'm going to say something really dumb? Like, that's kind of where like my mind goes now. And I hate that because I just am doing everything I love and I just wish everyone could be nice about it.
Well, isn't that such a representation though of the comment section?
Yeah.
Like it's
and
a representation of
yeah.
that because you're worried about what they're thinking in that
Yeah.
instance because it's nothing. The vast majority of it, it's nothing that they're even going to come up and say to you.
Yeah.
But you know what they're thinking because of the comment section, because
Right.
people put their thoughts there.
Yeah.
And that's the unhealthy part about it. That's what I
Yeah.
was talking about. Like
Yeah.
when that starts coming out, now think about that at scale for like humanity. It like we talk about never being more divided and just like all of this stuff. That's a big part of the reason why, because we know what people think now,
Yeah.
not what they're comfortable saying in person.
Yeah. They never will.
It's a huge difference. Like think about like maybe some Packer fans or something going up to your Uncle Nick.
Yeah.
Like somebody like even a Bears fan might feel a certain type of way about him, but they go up to him. He's a big old dude. They're not going to say anything like that.
Mhm.
But social media brings that stuff to life. And think about what that's done to us, the human element or the human condition, how it's changed us. And I firmly believe it's pushed us farther apart. And like the final like straw of this or the thing is that most of it is like that fringe 5% of society that are batshit crazy.
Totally.
And that's what we're thinking about. That's what you're thinking about in
Yeah.
that bar. You're like, oh my goodness, I had this comment
Yeah.
when that person might not have left their basement for 3 days and shit. You know?
Right. And it used to just be the comments and like my outlet used to be like going out and having fun with my friends. And now it's turned into like screaming at me in the bathroom line or like things like that. And I'm like, okay, like I don't even want to do that anymore. Like the comment section has come to real life now. And I'm like, wow, I just want to enjoy like my boyfriend and his sister's birthday at this bar. And I'm like, my anxiety is beating through my chest and I feel like I'm going to pass out. So that's where I'm at right now. How is everyone else doing? How's your birthday? Like, it's a lot. But yeah, that's another thing I'm working towards. So, and trying to feel better about and more comfortable. And I can't really care. I don't really care what these people have to say about me, but I do at the same time. Like, you're not human if you say you don't care. So,
100%.
yeah.
Everybody likes to be liked,
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Something I think about a lot is like I've had the same like little glimmer of this that you're speaking of, like, but never at scale. Like I think about being Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my God, I was just going to say that. Yeah.
How do you manage day-to-day life? Like someone told me a story one time about it was young Aaron Rodgers, right when he came to Green Bay. He was been here for a couple years. And someone told me a story about one time that where they saw him in a bar and he reacted negatively to somebody like seemingly doing something kind of like you're saying, like from down the bar yelling, "Hey Aaron, ...
Yeah.
And they tried to tell the story like that's why they don't like Aaron Rodgers. Because of
Right.
that one interaction. And I'm like, you must have zero empathy in your fucking brain.
Right.
Because like, can you imagine at that scale, like being anxiety ridden just by going outside because literally everybody knows what you look like and they got some shit to say to you.
Right. And he was probably just like backing himself up, like just like standing up for himself.
Yeah.
And I actually had a similar experience to that at a bar again. After I only go to like Stadium View sometimes after like Packers games because you know everyone goes there, it's fun. And I was sitting there trying to order a drink, and someone was like talking to me like, "You're like so rude," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like what? Like where did this come from?" And I was standing up for myself. She ended up like really upset, so probably hates me or something. But I was literally just standing up for myself. And that's where I'm like, okay, you can't even stand up for yourself. Like, just let them like say whatever to you and just don't even look at them or respond. Like I did to those girls when I was standing in line for the bathroom. I just didn't even look. And they just
So there was an
stopped talking.
interaction that started it that then they called you rude or like
No, that was two different people, like randomly.
So a person just randomly walked up to you and said, "You're rude."
Well, I think it's like it's a mutual friend situation. I really don't know her that well. Like, I'm not friends with her at all, but she's like a friend of a friend, basically. But yeah, like, just like flat out, like, you're rude. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know. Like, well, you didn't say hi to me. I'm like, hi. Like, but you're rude. And I'm like, I'm not rude. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. And I had some drinks in me. I was having fun at the Packer game. So I stood up for myself. And I mean, I'm proud of it. Does she have like a whole different narrative of the story of what actually happened and told A, B, C, and D, and E, and F? You know what I mean? Probably. But like, I know what happened, and like, I just stood up for myself. But they can like take it, switch it. Oh my God, Kendall's actually so mean. She's the meanest person ever. I met her at the bar and she was like so rude. And I'm like, but that's not how it happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's back to Aaron Rodgers. That's what he was probably doing, like just standing up for himself. And then that's the interaction this person has about him. So he's like, oh, screw him. Like, he's rude. But it's
Yeah.
like, is he rude? He was just trying to like be normal and like have fun.
Just be a normal person.
Yeah.
And it's weird, like people that are really good at stuff, whatever it is, we tend to place on this pedestal
Yeah.
that because they're good at that thing, like they bring value in other parts or like are rightfully like how would you say it? They impact our thoughts because they're good at that one thing.
Yeah.
But it's like that is so short-sighted.
Yeah.
Because just because someone's good at one thing, that doesn't take away the human element of it.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. That's probably a big old rabbit hole that we could keep on getting down. But like, I guess to circle back in the central point, it's just like hearing you talk about, this scenario with the glimmer that you and I have experienced. It's like at scale, I can't imagine dealing with it.
For sure.
And then back to the human element, like, I don't know how we get past it or
Yeah.
fix it.
Yeah.
How do we reconnect and start appreciating each other for more than an online persona?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know the answer.
Yeah, I don't know either. And like these situations I've left and I'm like, dude, if she was really nice to me, I would have like asked her to hang out one day. Like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, what is the point? Like, why can't we all just love each other and like
Well,
be nice?
That specific scenario, again, that's another one of those things. Like, that's probably one of those things where it was very little about what you actually did or said or anything.
Right.
Like, she was feeling a type of way about something that was going on in her life,
Yeah.
and it came out in that way. Like, I
Yeah.
think we've probably all been there as humans. I think today, having an awareness of it, I like to think that I never do things like that. But there was certainly a time at my life when I wasn't emotionally intelligent and I didn't understand like the things that I was feeling wasn't because of what other people did. It was because of things that happened to me,
Yeah.
And that's kind of going down the therapy route of what you were talking earlier.
Yeah.
Like, you have to come to that realization of that.
I've learned that like hurt people will like to hurt other people. And that's kind of that's the thing that I've engraved in my head. Like, you didn't do anything, like they're just hurt people and they want to hurt you to feel better about themselves. So that kind of helps me too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And that's the best part about it. There are ways to address it and comfortably move through it. And it seems like, I mean, the path that you're on does it. Like, keep your family, your people
Small
close
circle.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a very small circle.
Yeah. And just know the people that are
That got my back.
there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
because what I don't want is a bunch of like yes people around me. Like, I want somebody to call me out if I'm being a jackass or something like that.
Yeah.
But I want them to do it from a place of love.
Right.
And that's the people that you keep close to you will do that. Because it's not like I want to live in this clouded bubble of like enshrinement or anything like that. Like, I'm an imperfect being.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be in the comment section of Instagram. I want it to be I want it to be from my wife telling me like, you're kind of acting like a jackass today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's good. So I don't know. And maybe that's something that comes with age too, of like, I think a shrinking circle comes with life handing you things of, different stuff, whether it's a relationship or a child or an accident or whatever it is. Life hands you these things. And then we come to this realization of, oh man, like ABC person is here for me.
Yeah.
They're not here for the rest of it. Like they're here for me. And that makes you feel good.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Back to the Aaron Rodgers things. I got Alix Earle and her sister Ashton Earle into a bar one time for Blackout Wednesday, like 2 Blackout Wednesdays ago. And they were in the bar just getting like completely crowded. And I'm like, wow, I think I have it bad. Like, that's horrible. Like, I don't know how these people live and like do their daily life. And like, people are screaming at them, but also loving them and wanting a picture with them. And then I'm in the back. I'm like hiding in the back, like kitchen part with Ashton Earle. She's like, this is so overwhelming. And I'm like, wow, you are human. Like, I thought that was cool, but.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny, like I had students in a class that were at that bar that night and they were still talking about it in class. They were like,
really?
Oh my God, she was at the bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I DM'd Alix Earle and I was like, come here for your Blackout Wednesday. She was here for like the Packer game or something, her whole family. And she's like, can I bring like a bunch of my cousins and my sister and my mom and dad? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And we like snuck them in and Alix was loving it. Like she was on in the middle of the dance floor taking pictures of everyone, like doing shots. And I was just hiding in the kitchen with Ashton and she's like, dude, this is so overwhelming. Can we get like just shots in the kitchen? And I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Like that's awesome. So yeah. 2 different type of people. But
so yeah, but I mean, even her sister just might have been guising it a little better, hiding it a little better. She may have felt the same way. She probably had that internal conflict of even coming out.
Yeah.
But like, so not
I
only
couldn't imagine.
Oh yeah.
Like I would like never leave my house, I don't think. Like that is so scary to me.
Yeah.
Being like trampled like that. But
yeah.
Yeah. Crazy story, but
that is a crazy story. And that's pretty it's pretty trusting. Like you just shot her a DM and she was like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, she was like posting like, where should I go for Blackout Wednesday in Green Bay? And I was like, oh, like I'm in this bar. I can get you in through the side door so you don't have to like wait in the line, like whatever. And she was like, okay, we're on our way. Here's my number. Like I'll text you when I'm here. And I was like, okay. And then she texted and they were actually here. And I was like, hey guys. Like it was like so weird, but it was awesome and a cool experience.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did she put you on her story so you got like 1,000 more followers that day or something?
No, I really like only said hi to her and then like took a shot with her and she went to the middle of the dance floor and was like loving it and stuff. And I really hung out with her sister more.
Nice.
So yeah.
The picture thing you brought up earlier is another thing that I've talked about a couple times. That's another whole thing that like I'm super uncomfortable asking people for pictures. Like even if it's somebody that I really like look up to or appreciate or like, actually those people I feel more uncomfortable taking pictures with. Yeah. Because there's this inherent like power thing that comes with a picture.
Yeah.
And it's like so many people want that like arm around picture so they can show their friends and be like, I took a picture with this person.
Yeah.
I took a picture with this person.
Yeah.
And in reality, that has stopped me from asking for pictures for virtually anybody because like, I don't want to be perceived as that. I don't want to be perceived as that because like, I think that's just it's such a weird thing to me that it's like, I want to have this picture, like even meet and greets at concerts are very strange to me because
they are
this cattle call line, you exchange these 30 seconds of pleasantries, you snap a picture and then you're off. And then it's like, oh my God, I got to meet blah, blah, blah. But no, you didn't.
Yeah.
You got to meet the facade that is blah, blah, blah in the thing. And like the picture is what, sure, it commemorates a moment, but it's like, I got my picture taken with ABC person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at?
No, I totally get it.
Yeah.
I also think that's like, I feel like that was such a thing, like, way back in the day, kind of. Like, during my cheer days, I would get asked for a lot of pictures in the cheer world, like, just by cheerleaders. I kinda looked up to different cheerleaders in the higher level, world's athletes and stuff like that. So that was, like, a huge thing then, and now I just feel like it's not really like that anymore. Like, it is kinda weird if you ask for a picture and, like, post it with like, a really famous person, you're like, "Wait, that's kind of weird. Why did you post that?" You know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also weird, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't even talk about cheerleading today that much. I wanted to get into that a little bit today, but we didn't really get there.
Yeah.
Which one were you? Were you the one that they threw up in the air?
Yeah, I was a flyer.
Okay. Is that what it's called, the flyer?
Yeah, flyer.
Okay.
Mhm.
Nice. So, is that how you broke your ankle? Like, practicing that?
Yeah, I was, like, tumbling outside and my foot got, like I was, like I landed on, like, a stick, basically, and it, like, rolled.
Okay.
I also broke my ankle making a TikTok with my guy friend in college, and he, like, jumped on me for a TikTok, and I broke it then. So, that was
Same ankle?
Yep.
So that
Yep.
ankle's kinda cash for life. That
Yeah.
one's done, so
Yeah, it's done. It hurts all the time, actually.
yeah.
I broke both my elbows in cheer, my wrist, my head cracked open, bunch of stuff.
Cracked your skull?
No, just, like, a little cut.
Okay.
Like, they just had to, like, staple it or stitch it or whatever they did. But,
Okay.
yeah. A lot of cheer injuries.
Does that start with, a lot of times, gymnastics? Like, were you a gymnast too?
No, I started cheer when I
Okay.
was, like, 5.
Okay.
So, you can start gymnastics. It's basically the same thing, but, like, very different when you wanna get, like, technical, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The similarities probably start and end with just, like, what your body can do, right? Like, as far
Yeah.
as, like, flip and spin and
Yeah.
stand and things like that.
Mhm.
But, yeah, like, I mean, it's way different getting chucked up in the air than it is, like, doing the rings or the uneven bars or something
Yeah.
like that, you know?
It's a very mental sport, too. You have to be mentally strong
Mm.
to be able to flip yourself over all the time
Yeah.
and trust that you're not gonna die, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have to chat that the next time.
Yeah, I would love to.
Kendall, it was awesome getting to know you a little bit. Awesome chatting. Appreciate
Thank
you taking
you.
the time.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Good luck with the agency work. Keep moving towards your dreams, and most importantly, keep saying it out loud. I
Mhm.
love that you did that. That's probably my favorite part of our conversation, that you confidently and unabashedly said that. Like, that
Thanks.
says something. It's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Take care.